everyone. We're very happy to be with you here, to open a new way, a new conversation. Let's start. The air conditioning is getting hot here. One second. Thank you. Thank you for being with us today. And there is a beautiful, I would like to say more and to share more pages of this beautiful book, how Jacob as Israel teaching them or speaking to them under the tree, and speak about unicity of God and creation, and how the 70, because we learn that 70 stands for the sages, yes, the 70 sages that later in the story are going with Moses and Aaron to speak to Pharaoh, but it starts with those 70 people of his household, and how Jacob sits under the tree at night and speaking to them about the nature. Yes, Fernando, about the oak tree, I read some days ago that it can symbolize as an inner connection to the symbolic world. Yes, yes. It's a very ancient one. Yes. Alone also. Yes, oak, we say in English, oak. Yes, yes. Oak, in Hebrew, alone. Alone. Yes, alone. It holds the letters of El. Yes. Aleph Lamed El. El. Yes, and if we change the Nun, which is 50, into Hey, yes, Hey is 5 and Nun is 50, we get Eloha, singular. Yes, the relation to the oak as a mediator, yes, between Jacob and the infinite. Yes, the one who has the connection does not need to be afraid. Yes, this I hope to locate this passage and also photo it from the book and then translate it by Google and correct it if there are mistakes and post it for all of us on Discord as a source. It is a beautiful, beautiful passage. And how he speaks to them about how infinite is in all times, in all places, unlike the Baal, yes? The Baal, because in ancient cultures there is a sense of Baal or different gods that under sovereignty there are different elements. So he explains them and they listen to him. This is the beginning of Israel. Good morning, Abigail. Shabbat Shalom. We are very happy to see you here. Very happy to see you here. Thomas Mann was writing this book, or those 4 books, yes, in a period of 15 years, yes. He wrote this book through the range of 15 years. And once you manage to read the book, it gives a lot of peace, because he speaks about things that we don't usually speak in our daily lives. Because in our daily lives there's like mechanical decision, what to choose, yes, this vanilla or this chocolate taste, everything is like yes or no, or like or dislike, but there's no vast perspective. This is why when he wrote a book, he wrote a foreword or a preface. I don't know how to say the word in English. There's a foreword that we're supposed to read, and this foreword is so deep that in a way it's supposed to disconnect us, yes, from our daily mechanical lives and slowly enter us to this even sphere of the biblical story. Because Thomas Mann understands that you cannot open a book like this with a line and expect that people come from daily decision, which time to take the train or something like that, and arrive suddenly in those realms. So he writes very deep and long forward for the book. And sometimes as a reader, and it is interestingly, because it doesn't matter in which language you read the forward, you get a notion of what is going on, and people are flipping and they leave the book because they don't manage to cross the forward. But there is a deep intention in opening the book in such a way. It's like a time tunnel. Yes, we are supposed, yes, to go through this tunnel and slowly arrive to the realm of the biblical thinking, which is cyclical. This is not linear, and the range or the depth is infinitely there. So, few words about the book. It was hard to find it in Hebrew because it's not in print. It doesn't. There is no demand for the book, and the book is not on print, and we have to track it and find like second bookshops and private collections and go to like sellers in ancient Haifa city. Quite an experience. You go to certain places when there are roosters at the court and ancient synagogue seats, and quite a movie to find those books. Yes, yes. It's not coming like easy for people to arrive just to read it. And if you have the book on the shelf for a couple of years and then only by chance you open it, it's also good. It is something that is like to hold the Bible and Midrashim and Zohar. Yes, to find it is part of the journey. Yes, yes, that's correct. So this is little about the book of Joseph and his brothers. There are like descriptions in this book how the caravan that by Joseph, I moved to another scene, how the caravans of merchants that buy Joseph as a slave, they are moving towards Egypt, and the leader of this caravan is very much aware of the danger that is waiting for them in the desert, because he knows to cross the way from the land of Canaan to Egypt, you have to cross the desert. And the desert is not a place of civilization. There are kinds of robbers and criminals and all kinds of things and on this way. And Thomas Mann describes this, sometimes the description of the let's say, civilization of the desert is so accurate that sometimes you feel that your belly is just opposite itself from the description of what is going on, of how dangerous this place is. And even the most experienced merchants, which usually this is what they do, the Ismaili merchant are crossing those deserts as merchants. This is what they do for years. Even they themselves are afraid because they never know if they will manage this time to cross the desert. not to mention the description of what is happening in Egypt. What kind of idolatry this? It's not, cannot even film it in a movie, because what he describes there, it's amazing. So if you have the time, your chance, so it's a journey, and it also gives a lot of peace. So far about the book. If you have questions or things that you'd like to share or thoughts, please feel free. So, as promised, this is like a rough cut to move to Elul, yes, the next coming moon or month. And what is so beautiful about this month, that this is like a connector. It connects the previous year and the coming year. Yes, it's a connector in a way that we don't experience cuts. Like sometimes when we see a movie, there's sometimes a lot of cutting. They're cutting the camera, there's a cutting and cut and go, and there's a sense of hectic because there's a lot of cuts. But here, the month of Elul gives us, in a way, a connection to the new year to come. I would like to hear you. If you have something to say or something on your mind, on your heart, please feel free to text or to unmute and speak by voice, or friends on YouTube, please feel free. The month of Elul, and specifically the first of Elul, is the day that Moses went to the mountain to ask forgiveness about the golden calf. And he spent on the mountain 40 days and 40 nights. From the first of Elul, Aleph Elul, until the 10th of Tishrei, Yod Tishrei. This is 40 days. 40 days and 40 nights. Please, Fernando, please feel free to write. There's no contradictions. So, from Aleph Elul, from the first of Elul until the end, this is 30 days. 30 plus 10. Beginning of Tishrei until Yod of Tishrei, 30 plus 10, this is 40 days. Yes, yes. Again, Fernando, about the idea of changing the way of connection. Regarding to what, Fernando, regarding the Elul, changing the way of connection. Yes, yes, yes. Usually when we look at how do you say solar year, let's say 224, 225, 223, yes, the year starts in January, continue all the months, we arrive to December, there's Christmas or so, yes, 24th usually, in most of places, yes. There's the Christmas, and then couple of days later there's the beginning of the New Year Eve. So something ends and something begins. There's anticipation. Shabbat Shalom, Cindy. Party, but something broke or ended and something new start. In the month of Elul, and what Elul grants us is a connector, meaning this usually when what happens is that we move a calendar. Let's say you look at the calendar, you say you some people buy or hold a calendar of 24, and in 25 there's a new calendar, something ends, thrown to the garbage, and something new start. Excuse me, just a bit of water. 1 second. So there is a sense of slicing and finite. Something is gone and its end, and something new is coming. But with Elul, it's quite interesting because Elul is a bridge. Is a bridge in time. Is like a time tunnel. Because yes, from spring, from Nisan, from Passover, this is the 6 months, or Yesod, and Yesod always connects to Malchut. And in this way, Malchut, or the 7th sphere, or the 7 months, yes, from Passover is Tishrei. So Elul, as the 6 months, or Yesod, is connector, influence of the light, to Malchut or to Tishrei, and then we have a connection 6 with the 7, and then there's love. This is one aspect. Another aspect is Elul, if we count Elul from Tishrei, from the autumn. Elul is the 12th month. It closes the former year, lunar year. Yes, this is another reading. But it's not, in a way, it's not a gate that closes something. It's a bridge. Because as we say, we are counting from the moment Moses, in some communities, like they call it Sephardic Hebrew. I don't think that the word Jews holds something, or Judaism holds something in itself. This is just a shell of people that work in university. Among the Sephardic Hebrews, people starting saying forgiveness, selichot. Selichot is forgiveness prayer. This is forgiveness. So among those communities around the Mediterranean, at Aleph Elul, at the 1st of Elul, people starting asking forgiveness, meaning what happened in a way in history when Moses went to the mountain to ask forgiveness of the golden cup of duality. Till our days, people are doing the same. They wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning before the morning prayer, and they say forgiveness. And this process of saying forgiveness is happening from Aleph Elul until Yod Tishrei, meaning 30 days of Elul, of the 6 months or of the 12 months, depends on how we look at it, plus 10 of Tishrei, and then we have 40 days. Those are the 40 days that Moses was asking forgiveness. And at the 40th days, which is Yom Kippur, the Day of Atonement, God says, I forgive as you say. And then he descends, yes, from the mountain with the new tablets. What is so new or so special about those tablets, those 10 commandments now that Moses wrote with his fingers, is something that people can accept in time. Yes, because the first tablets were infinite and people could not accept infinite. This is why they were celebrating the golden calf of duality. So Moses is asking forgiveness for 40 days and 40 nights, and God says, Paselecha, sculpture yourselves. Paselecha luchot, paselecha. Sculpture yourself, boards or tablets, you Moses, something that will fit the people that live in time and space, because the first 10 commandments, or Aseret HaDibrot, the first sayings, were infinite. People cannot accept infinite. Therefore, they were worshipping for the golden calf. And then comes the process of asking forgiveness. And then it says, okay, I forgive as you say. And this is the whole, I would say, essence of Day of Atonement. There is a forgiveness. And then Moses descends from the mountain with a new tablet, and with the notion that he cannot live with the people of Israel at the same place, and he builds the Mishkan, the wandering holy space. Yes, in our times it is quite interesting, because at the 10th of Tishrei, when Yom Kippur, so to speak, is leaving, is fading, we are building or establishing the first base for the Sukkah. Yes, in the 10th of Tishrei, immediately we start to build the first foot or base for the Sukkah. Within the next 4 days, from 10 to 14th of Tishrei, 14th is always Yad, 14th of Tishrei, 14th of Tishrei, 14th is Yad, Yod Daled, Yad. Yes, in this 14th we shall celebrate Sukkot, a little tiny holy space. So there are parallel stories. So we can see how Elul is not a unit for itself. This is just a bridge that connects the 6 with the 7, if we count from spring, or connects in a way the 12s to the 1. Yes, the 12s to the new counting, if we count from Tishrei. Questions so far? Do we understand the process of Elul and the connector? This is a connector. This is just the beginning of speaking about the gates in time, or how time is not linear. Please feel free to ask questions, to think with us, to ponder, to share. Another thought, I think that I shared this already on Discord. Elul has the astrological sign of Virgo, Betula, and Betula as Virgo. And you can count and calculate. Virgo has the same value as Bet El. Bet El, the house of God. Bet El, this is the same value. For 12 by 31, you can calculate it. No, the four, yeah. Bet El, the house of God, they have the same value. So we can see in a way, even through those words, yes? Betula, Virgo, has the same value as Bet El. We can calculate how much Betula is Virgo, how much Bet El is. Yes, and this is the connection to the saying, Hamelech Basadeh, the king is in the field, there is a presence. Yes? The presence is always in the Virgo in us. The Virgo is the soul. This is also the house of God. Yes? The body, the physical body, is just a space in which the holiness is dwelling. The Betula, the Virgo, the soul is dwelling. Where? In Bet El. This is the same value. Virgo, Betula, and Bet El, the house of God, is the same in terms of numerical value. Yeah, the house of bread is Bethlehem. Bethlehem. Bethlehem has the value of 490. Mazal tov, Sandra, for the coming birthday. Yes. We are reading what Shlomo is quoting from Sefer Yetzirah. He crowned the letter Yod and he bound and he bonded and he connected to it a crown, and he created in it a virgin in the world, Ve'elul bashana, and the months of Elul in the year. And I believe that, if I'm not mistaken in the reading, it's not clear if it's the left kidney. Is the left kidney? Yes, and the left kidney in the nefesh. Yes? So let's read again the quote that Shlomo was posting. Yes, from Sefer Yetzirah. Let's read again. Himlich ot Yod. He crowned the letter Yod. We can see the letter Yod is connected to Elul. Himlich ot Yod. He crowned the letter Yod. Vekashar lo keter. And he connected. Kashar is to connect, to nod. Yes? And he connected to the Yod a crown. V'tzar bo betula. Tzar is to create in the past. Yes? And he created in him, in the letter, in the crown, virgin in the world. Ve'elul bashana, because the world is the space. Ve'elul bashana, and the months is in the year, meaning in the time. So we have time and space. Yes? And a left kidney in the physical body. Yes, so we have here a triangle. So again, we can see Elul is as Yesod, the 6 spheres or the 6 counting from spring. Yesod has the Yod, the connector. Yes, and this Yod will connect us to Tishrei, the 7th month from spring of the heavenly kingdom, and we shall arrive to Yod Betishrei, to the 10th of Tishrei. Again, the Yod is the connector. This is the Day of Atonement, the Day of Forgiveness. Yes? Thank you. You're reading my thoughts. So Shlomo continues and connects us to the next sign and to the next months in the year. Himlich ot yod. I'm sorry. Himlich ot lamed. He crowned the letter lamed. Vekashar lo keter. And he connected to it a crown. וצר בו מאזניים בעולם. And he created, or he drew, like to draw, to sketch, yes? In it, scale. In the world, scale, that we can weigh things, scale. Or libra, how they call it, libra. Yes, and he created and he formed in it, or he drew in it, scales in the world, meaning in the space, the world. ותשרי בשנה, and Tishrei is the month, is the time, in the year. וכבד בנפש, and a liver in the bodily figure. Yes? Just before Shlomo is posting, just to say that the balance, when we put things on scale to weigh things, yes, we have the two, how do you say, cups, kapot hamaznaim. We say the palms of the scales in Hebrew, kapot hamaznaim. This is how we weigh things. We shall, it's good that you quote and we can relate to the quotes. Feel free. Kapot hamaznaim, those palms when we weigh things. In Petach Eliyahu, the opening of Elijah, they say that what terms the scale, to which side, what terms the balance, or the balance is always, and the justice is where is the letter Yod. Yes, the letter Yod, or the Brit, or the covenant, yes, is what balance the scales. The scales of the doings or the deeds of the whole universe. Because there is no personal doership. Sandra, what is heavy? You need some air? Questions? Discomfort? Adi, good morning, Shabbat Shalom. Questions? Yanis, do you understand? Fernando, Sandra, Cindy, Abigail, Shlomo and Adi. Friends on YouTube, we're drinking a bit of water to give us some air. Some people feel it's heavy or not accessible. So take 5. So Cindy is writing, I was wondering if the tablets that Moses brought down were engraved or written upon. He had to sculpture them. The word is pasel. Pasel, the verb is pasel. Pasel is to sculpture, but also comes from psolet. Psolet is the trash, meaning make for them something like a trash version of the covenant, because they cannot keep the oneness. They cannot capture oneness. So make for them a trash version. Psolet is trash. Trash. How do you spell trash? We need a secretary. Thank you, Cindy. Yes, Fernando is writing. I was in a kind of meditation, flow listening. Yes. Yes is your jam. Need to listen again to what, Yanis? Question. Now questions. Questions are coming to clarify. So don't feel hesitation or inconvenience in asking questions. They are very important for the book, Adi. Yes? We are transcribing the lessons, those conversations. And the more questions you ask, the more clarifications there are in the conversations, and the more transcription there is for the book to come. So all of us are participating in creating the book, and the more the merrier. The more questions. Don't think that, oh, I don't understand, I feel not right to ask. Feel free to ask whatever comes to you. Nobody judging you. On opposite, the more you ask, the better. Because where you are is the place you ask the question. If there's a question for one, there's also the same question is for the others, and we are just reflectors here. Shlomo is asking, is reading Sefer Yetzirah, yes, Yetzirah book, similar to reading Bible? Some technique or same understanding, and other text also. It depends from which angle one comes to the reading. Yes, some people are brushing over reading. It's like a newspaper. There are people who relate to the Bible like newspaper. This is why I saw in academia that professor translated the Bible into modern Hebrew, because they feel it's not enough newspaperish feeling. So they transcribe the ancient Hebrew, biblical Hebrew, into modern Hebrew. They want to read the Bible like it was a newspaper. So they did it. Yes, Adi, I need to read Aryeh Kaplan again. Yes. Thomas Mann, for instance, reads the Bible like we do in the sessions, like Weinreb. Thomas Mann read many, many, many books of Midrashim. Many Midrashim are quoted in Thomas Mann's book. And also in his time, at the end of the 19th century and the beginning of the 20th century, there was a stream of Orientalism in Europe. People went from Europe to the Orient, to Asia, to inquire and to search and to study, and they brought with them a lot of findings. And it was in his time, so it nourishes his writing. This is what makes his writing so unique, so unique. There isn't such a book. There isn't, and there will not be such a book. It's like you buy a necklace of diamonds or so. This experience of reading it. It's like, what? So this is what the Bible is about. Yes? Please feel free to ask questions. If you notice, please pay attention that the zodiac or the, call it Libra sign, the scale, yes, where does it appear? Yes, which time of the year? Also when the days, yes, and the nights are even. We have equinox. So the days, the hours of the light are even or the same as the hours of the darkness. There is balance. Yes, it's not for nothing that this Libra comes at this part of the year. Yes, Cindy is writing. Okay, Shlomo is writing. Okay, let's do it. What are the spheres represents? Counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like floors in the building. Cindy, do the rabbis consider more than just the Torah, the Bible, for some reason? Martin Luther or someone after the Protestant Reformation took Old Testament books out? Yes, I would like to get correct Hebrew Bible, but not the new translation. Yes, there is a Koren Bible. Yes, Koren Bible. You can buy it from Jerusalem online. Koren Bible. Koren Bible. In print, there is also illustrated edition to those who have pockets. Koren Bible. Yes, Koren Bible. This is a great printing house. You can trust. Yes, because Luther cut a lot. Yes, and after Luther, they started pogroms, you know, they started harm Hebrew people in Europe after he cuts the Torah. Yes, and they started killing Hebrew people all over Europe. Good question. Good question, Cindy. Yes, Shlomo, as if I see, all the root comes to the 10 spheres. Yes, this is why it starts with 10 spheres and not 9. 10 spheres and not 11. This is how the book starts. 10 spheres, 10 countings, and not 9. 10 spheres and not 11. Just to make sure. Yes, the oral Torah is those midrashim. Why 10? Look at your fingers. How many fingers do you have? Or do we have? How many? How many? They speak about the image, B'Tselem Elohim, in the image of God. The creation is in the image. Yes, 10 fingers. Er'e Shamecha, what David says. David says in Psalms, Yanes, maybe you can find it. Er'e Shamecha, I will look into your skies, or Ma'aseh Etzbeotecha, the deeds of your fingers. Er'e Shamecha, Ma'aseh Etzbeotecha, Etzbeotecha. Who can find this verse in Psalms? Er'e shamecha ma'aseh etzbeotecha. Who can find it? Shlomo, shall you be a diligent secretary and find it. This is Psalms 8, verse 4. Psalms 8. Let's find the Mechon Mamre version. Yes. Here. Everybody can read. You can unmute and read the English if you wish. Fernando, can you read the English for us? Or even the Hebrew if you wish, if you can speak at the moment. This is Psalms. Yes, Fernando? Psalms 8:4. Yes, Fernando, can you speak? Can you read the verse?
Hello, can you hear me, Eti?
Yes, we can. Very good. Yes, please.
Oh, Psalm 8, verse 4. When I behold the heavens, the work of thy fingers, the moon and the stars, which thou hast established.
Thank you. Thank you. So this is to answer Shlomo's question about why 10. Why 10? Because we have 10 fingers. Yes? But there is a problem, Shlomo. We have 10 fingers and 7 days in a week. It's a problem. What happens? Why do we have only 7 days a week and 10 fingers? Who can solve this problem? Yes, Shlomo is writing. Yes? Psalms are only external shape, yet it seems that there is a reason why we have 5 fingers and not other numbers. I think there should be internal reason deeper. Yes? Why do we have, this is the question, why do we have 10 fingers, left and right, 5, 5, 10, and only 7 days per week? Why there is a gap between the 10 fingers or decimal, yes, and 7 days per week? What is the reason? Very good. There is a difference of 3. Where do the 3 go in the system? Yes. Yes. Columns. Yes. Where are the 3? The 7 days are what? Yes. 3 columns and 7 spheres. Yes. What else is possible? That 7 spheres or 7 days are the what? The 7 days of the week are what? Very good. Are the manifested? Yes. The 7 lowest spheres or the 7 days of the week are the manifested. And the 3, what are they? If the 7 is the manifested, what is very good? Very good. Yes. 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 Very good. The source or the origin or the infinite. Yes? So, again, the 7 days of the week Yes, this is the manifested. And the 3 are what? The potential. Keter, Chokhmah, Binah. So we have 10 fingers, but we are progressing. We don't have immediately manifested potential. It's a progress. It's a process. So there are 7 days per week. Yes. But the potential is coming every time in accommodation to the time and space. Yes, the potential is always there. Keter Chokhmah Binah is always there. The infinite is always there. But it comes as drops that fits the circumstances, the time and spaces, that fits what? Our vessels. If there will be more potential, more light than a vessel, if you pour too much water, more than the glass can carry, it will flow all over the place. We shall break because we are incapable of containing so much light. Therefore, it comes drop by drop, week per week, day by day, hour by the hour, minute by the minute, second by a second. Yes, this is it. Is this topic of 10, 10 and 7 understood? Why we have 10 fingers or 10 spheres, but only 7 days per week? Is this question clear to us, or the answer is clear why there's 10 fingers, but only 7 days per week? Of course you can ponder. Of course. Of course. Look at the baby. The baby eats what? Breastfeeding or materna, all kinds of like milky powders, because they don't have teeth. They cannot process food. They drink like milky options, let's call it like that. And later they can eat how do you say, let's say gerber or hacked vegetables, yes, or fruit, mash, because they don't have teeth yet. Yes. So first they get milk, and then they get mashed vegetables and apples slowly, and then they process or progress more, and slowly they adapt. Yes, eat a biscuit or so, slowly. This is how we are. A child which is like a baby, newborn baby, cannot eat a steak. He can't. He is not ready. He doesn't have even the system that is needed to process meat. Not to mention, okay, some people do not eat meat, bread. He can't. A new baby, newborn baby cannot process bread. Can't. Needs milk or supplements of milk. We are the same. We are not ready. Yes, Fernando. Yes. The 7 is the vessels. Very good. The 7 is the vessels. Excellent. This is why we have Tishrei as the 7th month. Yes, to receive the Torah of the 3rd month. Excellent, Fernando. The Torah of Sivan of the 3rd month cannot be accepted by the people. It's too abstract. It's unified. It's one piece, like the menorah. The menorah is not being built from 7 different candles. It's one piece. People cannot accept unicity and oneness. This is why the Torah of the third month of Sivan, yes, is being shattered. It doesn't fit to people who live in time and space, and we have the golden calf. But time progresses, yes, and we reach the 7th month, which is Tishrei, and people are slowly prepared us to receive adapted Torah. It's a second Torah. It's a second tablet that adapt to space and time. Something that we can receive. And what is the difference between 3 and 7 is 4. And then there's a second commandments that we can accept. Therefore, Sukkot, yes, because Moses comes from the mountain at the Day of Atonement. And 4 days after in Sukkot, Sukkot is also called Zman Simchatenu, the time of our happiness. Why? Why Sukkot is called Zman Simchatenu, the time of our happiness? Because there is a receiver. Yes? Happiness shows that there is a receiver. There is a receiver for the Torah. The Torah of the third month, the first commandment, for this Torah there is no receiver. This is the Torah of the secret. Yes? People are not ready to receive the secret of the One. This is why Moses had to break those tablets. People are not ready. There is no receiver. One law says that when Moses approached the bottom of the mountain, he heard the music. It's not music, it's more shouting and drumming. And he noticed something is wrong. The letters on the tablets also heard this mess, and they decided to fly away from the tablets, to leave the tablets. The letter did not agree to these horrifying sounds. So they left the tablets and flew in the air, returned to the heavens. And suddenly, when the letters were not in the tablet, the stone fell so heavy to Moses and they dropped from his hand because there was no spirit in the stone. This is a beautiful midrash. Yes, Shlomo, how infinity can be accepted, as infinity means the dissolution. Of course, this is it, Shlomo. You just nail it down. Excellent. Of course. Yes, Sandra, what would you like to say? Yes, Yanis. Does this mean the Torah of the 7th month different? Of course. It is different. Yes. The Torah of the 3rd month is the Torah of the secret. This is what we do here. What we do in our sessions is that we are recycling the Torah of the 3rd month. This is why people are having difficulty to join those lessons and to come. This is the Torah of the 3rd month. People have difficulty with this. This is the secret of the Torah. Yes? People like more the Torah of halacha, of judgment. You should not eat that. You should not dance now. You should not put a light switch. Yes and no judgment. Let people deal with it days and nights. They should be happy. But not with the Torah of the 3rd month, the Torah of the secret. No. No, no, no. People will kill other people if you offer such a thing. Yes, Shlomo, I am in the Torah of the 1st month. Very good. Very good. Very good. Rabbi Akiva always asks, regarding what Shlomo says, the first month. Rabbi Akiva asks, Velifnei echad, and before one, what do you count? Yes? And before one, what do you count? Yes, Fernando Sefer book gives 340, which is 3 plus 4 equals 7. A book is a vessel to the infinite. Excellent. Very good. A book, very good. Sefer, here it is. Sefer, very good, Fernando. Sefer, book, has a value of 340. Yes. Like Shem, name. Yes. Name. Because how the infinite communicates to us through names and words. Name is also 340. Very good, Fernando. Excellent. Yes? Yes. So awesome that in his light we see light. Yes. Yes, that's correct. That's correct. Yanis, very good. Very good. So just to ask us a question. Each and every one of us has a name. Was given a name in some stage in his life, isn't it? Each and every one of us has a name. In other words, each and every Hello, Fernando. Now I see. This is a question that where did I drop? Where did the microphone was mute? It's not clear. Each and every one of us has a name, Shem. Therefore, each and every one of us is what? Look at the numbers. Each and every one of us has a name, Shem, which is 3 and 40. Yes? So each and every one of us is also a vessel or a book. Yes? Each and every one of us is very good. Is Sefer Torah. Each and every one of us is a Torah book. Yes. Or 7 lower spheres. Yes. Yes. So we can see like different perspective. Yes? Yes, we have 7 spaces in our face as well. Yes? Very good. Yes. Yes, all of you are right. All of you are right. Each and every one of us is Sefer Torah. This is why the life is so dear. There is Tzelem Elohim, נכון? This is Tzelem Elohim. Yes. Yes. This is why life is so dear and so precious. This is why there is so much appreciation for life. And this is just a little, how do you say, a little drop about the months of Elul. There's so much to say about the fact that the time is not rigid frame, but more a springboard. Yes? Time is spiral, is more like a springboard. And I guess we shall discuss those matters in the coming sessions or the coming meetings in the future. Yes, Abigail, so do we need the upper three to complete it? It happens naturally. We don't have to do anything. This is how it builds. We don't need to do mechanically anything. This is how it comes. The three, this infinite, or the three minds, mochin, the third, let's say, gimel mochin, yes? Keter, chokhmah, binah, the three minds are being given to us every moment. We don't need to do anything. Yes, Fernando? This conversation was already an opening to the infinite. I have a question. Yes, for the next. Yes, please. Please ask. All of you are invited. The more questions you ask, the better. We can focus, we can transcribe for the book to come. Yes, Fernando. Once I read from Luria that women are complete, 7, but men need to build. Yes, 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 yes. A woman is complete. Yes, yes. We can speak about that in regarding to Rosh Hashanah, the building of the Malchut. Yes, the building of the heavenly kingdom. You're most welcome. And Shlomo, what about Sefer Yetzirah? Any more questions? Sandra, how do you feel? Cindy, Abigail, Yanis, Adi, how do you feel in this conversation? Do you find yourself there? Most welcome. Wishing you all happy Elul. Yes? And Shana Tova. Yes? It's a time to say Shana Tova to everyone. Shana Tova. Yes. You are part of what is happening here. All of us, yes, are participating in this oneness. Yes? Thank you so much. Yes, and Shana Tova to all. Wishing you beautiful. By the way, this Hebrew year shall be Tashpa, HaTashpa, the mark of the year with letters HaTashpa is like Hasafa, the language, or the year of the Shekhinah. Yes, Fernando, Shin Pei Hey, Safa, language. Yes, Shekhinah. Yes, Safa. Yes, language, Shekhinah, 385. Yes, this is the number. Sanity. We wish everyone a very shviyut. Shviyut is sanity. Shafa is like sanity. So we wish everyone Shana Tova, a very good and most wonderful year. Tav Shin Pei He. Yes, it has Pe inside. Pe is a mouth. Yes? Yes, Pei He is a mouse. It's also Po, it's also here. It's also 85, the value of a word in Hebrew, milah. And this is sanity. Will return a bit to our counties. So, Shana Tova, everyone. Shavua Tov and happy Elul, and see you soon on Monday. Toda and Shalom.